make a practice, put it into practice. I'm talking about a yoga and meditation practice. And I want to give a little testimonial about what my practice has done for my life. I am going through Uranus opposition. This is the point where my natal Uranus is going to be exactly opposed by transiting Uranus, and a lot of sudden changes are going to be happening. They're already happening in my life. Things that I buried, that I never wanted to deal with from my childhood, from past lives, those are coming up, and they're coming up in really uncomfortable ways. And I am being challenged by my higher self to grow. And it's at this point, everybody gets a Uranus opposition if they make it to about 41, 42. It's at this point that most people shut down, that most people don't do the soul level work. This is the classic midlife crisis where somebody leaves their spouse that has an affair and wrecks their whole life. I was determined years ago, when I understood the significance of navigating Uranus opposition, to prepare myself for it. Although nothing could really prepare me for what I am facing right now, my practice has given me the armor. It's given me the strength, and it gives me the grace day by day to go through this with as much ease as possible so that I can maximize the growth. I do 7 meditations every day right now. 5 of those meditations I've been doing for 1,000 days or more. One of those I'm at close to day 800 on. Of the 5 that I've done 1,000 or more, a couple of those I've done for 2,000. I also have 5 mantras in my arsenal that I've been chanting, some of them for 2,000 plus days. This is 11 recitations of those mantras every day. I'm not saying that to sound impressive. I'm saying that to say that in me doing that, and in me understanding years ago that this was going to be a time-coded evolutionary event where I was going to have to grow and I was going to have to change, and I didn't know, what that was going to look like, but I knew that it was going to be profound, and I knew I was going to need something to help me. So I decided, okay, I'm going to finally do what my teachers have been saying we should all do for years, which is pick a practice. So I've got my meditations, I've got my mantras, I've got my movements, I've got my things that I do every day. And when I say every day, I don't mean 6 out of 7 days or, I missed a couple days last month. I mean literally every day. When I say that I've done a meditation for 2,500 days, every single day for the last 2,500 days, I've sat down wherever I was and I did that meditation for the length of time that I committed to doing it. Some of them are 11 minutes, some of them are 3 minutes. It is important to establish a consistent practice. And you should establish a consistent practice with something, one, you're going to commit to doing. Don't pick something that's 62 minutes a day if you know you don't have 62 minutes a day. If all you have is 3 minutes, do 3 minutes. And don't pick something that is just easy and that's just, kind of a no-brainer or not challenging for you to do. We want to be challenged. Some of the best meditations for us are the meditations that we hate the most. And usually that animosity comes after you start doing it for a couple of days. And it's at that point that you've got to really stick with it. And I promise when you do, you're going to find something really, really rewarding on the other side of it. I know that was my experience with Gyan Chakra Kriya. I almost gave up Gyan Chakra Kriya after 120 days. And then COVID hit, and suddenly all the shield that I had built up in the 120 days of doing Gyan Chakra Kriya, it was like, oh, okay, I really need this right now. So I kept going, and I think I'm close to 2,000 days on that one now. More recently, I was challenged by Guru Jagat, etherically, to do the meditation to clear the arc line for 1,000 days. And I was told that if I did this, all of the issues that I've had with past relationships, with karmic patterns in past relationships, they would all get washed away, and I would never have to deal with them again in this life or in other lives to come. So I started doing it, and of course, like any meditation, it was awesome for like the first week or so, and then sometime after that, I was just like, I don't really like doing this, and then I just kept doing it because I was like, okay, well, I'll do it to 40, and then I'll go to 90, and then I'll go to 120, and over the years, and I'm nearing the end of this, I'll hit 1,000 around winter solstice this year. It ebbed and flowed. Sometimes I was excited to do it. Sometimes I absolutely hated doing this meditation. And the thing to realize is you don't hate doing the meditation. You hate changing. You hate becoming something different because you don't know what that is. Your ego is actually the thing that hates, because your ego understands where you are. It understands the patterns. It understands the stuckness, and it says, hey, this is safe. Let's stay here. But when you start doing these meditations, and when you commit to doing them for a long amount of time, the ego gets dismantled. You start to change. The energy starts to move, and that feels uncomfortable. And then there's something inside of you that says, hey, we hate this. Let's stop. So when you're doing a meditation and you commit to doing it, and you hear the little, hey, let's stop, we don't really need this, oh, we hate this, we could be doing something that's so much better, so much more enjoyable, that's when you acknowledge the feeling and you say, no, I'm going to grow. I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing my higher good. I'm choosing my destiny. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. My natal Uranus goes exact for the first time on July 7th. I have been feeling it for a little while. I think that it really slapped me in the face and said, hey, welcome to the dance, early January this year. And I have done a lot of work to prepare myself for it. So I actually feel my heart opening. I actually feel energy moving. And even though it's uncomfortable, and even though there's 100 things I'd rather do than deal with some of the stuff I'm dealing with right now, all of the work that I've done over these many years, all of the meditations, all of the classes that I went to, all of the lectures, all of the books, all that prepared me for this moment. And there's nothing special about me. I mean, if you knew, I'm just a guy from Kansas. My life is not that impressive. My practice pales in comparison to a lot of other people that I know. But if I can do this, and if I can do something that has a profound change and profoundly shifts my energy, there's no reason why you can't. So remember, you have a lot of power. And you have a destiny, and you have a trajectory. And before you arrived in the form that you're in right now on this planet, you plotted all this out and you said, okay, I'm here to grow, I'm here to evolve, and I'm here to go toward a specific mission. In a daily practice, that's going to get you to that mission. So the question is, what is your practice going to be? What breath are you going to do? What yoga set are you going to do? What mantra are you going to chant? What meditation are you going to start doing? If you need suggestions, if you want some help with this, DM me, comment. I'm happy to give you some suggestions. If you want to understand more about your astrology and how that can help you find a good daily practice, I'm available for that. I want to support you. I want to uplift you. We have to uplift each other. We have to keep up, and then we'll be kept up. That is the whole purpose. That is the whole point of a daily practice. So let me know. Let's all grow together. Let's build a bridge to the age of Aquarius, strong individuals. Satnam.